Annette Pagano gave up custody of her kids to her husband. She's turned this painful experience into a book called Journeys of Women Without Custody. Welcome, Annette.
Hi.
You talked to 9 women who gave up custody of their kids. What did they tell you about their experience?
Right away, these mothers knew that they were being judged as deviant, that they had to do something wrong in order to not have custody of their children. Fathers go off to rebuild their lives and seek their fortune. When they get divorced, then they don't have custody of their children. Nobody questions it. But with women, there's that question. Oh, she must have been the drunk, the drug addict, the abuser. There's something wrong here. She doesn't have her children with her.
So what did they go through?
I listened to their stories, and I found out there were like these universal themes that popped up.
Such as?
Well, the first was caring, and that care took shape in them being ultimate caregiver, or caring that their children they didn't want their children to go through a tough experience in the court system. They couldn't feel like they could take care of themselves and their children. So that's how care took its shape. From that came maternal ambivalence, I call it, because they have to be these ultimate, incredible people as mothers, but they're not. So they give up their children, or they lose their children, and they don't know which way to feel about, you know. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And that's what the maternal ambivalence is. And from the maternal ambivalence comes bereavement. The bereavement is constant. I can remember one mother telling me driving home from Texas or wherever she was, and in the car she would just cry on the way home. The bereavement was so tough.
Did any of the women you interviewed regret giving up their kids?
Yes, some did. Some did, and some said it was the right thing. And I'd say of the 9 women, I'd say 4 regretted it, wish they never had done it.
Why did they say that?
My evaluation is that it was so painful that the pain is just too much to deal with. And this whole idea of the caring, the bereavement, and the ambivalence really weighs very heavy on you, and it doesn't go away after, it doesn't even go away after the children are grown. It's a constant process.
Why did you give up your kids?
For me, I thought it was a very confused sense of self. I was told that somebody was going to marry me and take care of me and everything, you're going to live happily ever after, and I stayed at home. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I found myself wanting very much out of the relationship for various reasons. And I thought that I would not be able to raise 3 little children and go to school full-time and work full-time and be the ultimate perfect caregiver that I thought mothers should be.
Did you feel like a bad mother?
Oh, off and on. I feel like a bad mother even with my 5-and-a-half-year-old once in a while. Did I feel like a bad mother? No, but I felt like I had to defend myself and say I'm not a bad mother.
How painful was it?
Oh, the pain is always there, and it comes out and it goes back. The pain is always there. It's very painful. I did not leave my children. I did not give up my children. I left a relationship, and I was always there to care for my children in some way, shape, or form. It's tough.
Tell me what sort of things you think of on Mother's Day. Do you feel sad?
Oh, God, I'm gonna, I could cry myself. Mother's Day, what's really fascinating is Mother's Day is coming up. And my daughter is gonna come up to be with me for 2 weeks because she's getting married in 2 weeks. And she says, I'll be flying up on Mother's Day, she emails me. And I emailed her back and I said, the first Mother's Day in 16 years, Avery.
That you've been together?
That we've been together on Mother's Day. 16 years. I said to her, I wish I never left. And even then, and she emails back to me, she says, oh no, She says, our relationship would have been so awful if we were together all the time, and she's, you know, mothering the mother.
Do you regret what you did?
No. No. I think I grieved the relationship. Relationship there. I grieve the relationships. I grieve not having been there for the soccer games and the choirs and the birthdays. I haven't celebrated a birthday with my daughter, I think, since she was 5.
So what's the one piece of advice you'd give to non-custodial moms?
To make themselves a better person, and whatever that better person is. And the other thing is positive, and I do accentuate positive communications with your children. Letters, now we have emails, phone calls, and sometimes they go, then tell them about you and make it positive. And don't drag the ex through the mud, don't drag the stepmother. There's no place for that, because that's not why you're talking to them. You're talking to them because you want to kind of be with them and experience a relationship with them, and that's why you want to be with them.
Annette, thanks for this.
Thank you.